You're on.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. How are you?
I'm very well.
And
Hi, I'm Rene.
Renee. And you're both from Oregon?
Yes.
Yes. And you're here in Nepal. Why are you here in Nepal?
We are here in Nepal. That is a good question. We traveled through India for 6 months volunteering and sightseeing. And then we came to Nepal to volunteer. But our plans didn't turn out like we expected them to, like they tend to do sometimes. And now we're kind of just floating around. We'll be here for 2 months, and then we go to Kenya for a volunteer project in Africa.
Why are you volunteering?
Because I feel alive when I volunteer.
Yeah.
I don't feel like one of the sheep.
Yep. What about you, Renee? What's your reason for volunteering? Are you just going with the flow, or?
No, I'm not going with the flow. I'm getting out there and doing things and trying to make a little bit of a difference in the world.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we were just discussing about water bottles because that's your pet interest. Tell us more about the issues with bottled water, for example. Because a lot of people drink bottled water these days. What happens if everybody starts to drink bottled water?
So, let me grab a bottle of water.
We're just going to grab a bottle of water. Exhibit A. Thomas is bringing a couple of them.
Just in a few footsteps, I was able to grab 2 bottles of water.
No, that's good, Thomas.
This bottle of water is going to live longer than me.
Is it?
It's going to live longer than you.
Really?
It's going to live longer than my possible children, but I may not have them.
So how long will it live, Thomas?
It will live quite some time. There is no plastic that's been created in your lifetime, in my lifetime, that is fully
biodegradable.
Yeah, that has disappeared yet. It is back into the...
What about the biodegradable ones? Do they biodegrade?
Biodegradable ones are complete greenwash.
Are they?
They are.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so...
I didn't know that. Seriously.
Compostable is also greenwash. If you ever try to stick a compostable fork, spoon, or compostable plastic in your compost, it doesn't get hot enough for it to melt. It ends up being this piece of plastic in your compost bin that doesn't disappear.
So why can't they be sued? Why can't they be sued for bringing misinformation in advertising, for example?
It's large corporations. They have money. They have lawyers. It's big business.
It's big business.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about your feelings about all of that, because you feel very passionate. What can be done?
What can be done is stop using them. Stop supporting the companies. Stop buying into this system. What you can do is you can drink your local water. Have it checked. Yeah. Usually in the Western world, they'll have a printout and you can see exactly what's in your water and the quality of your water.
Who does the printout?
Your local government.
Really?
Yes.
We don't have that in Australia, do we?
You may think
you can't get a printout of what's in the water.
You may think that you don't have that in Australia, and I thought that I didn't have that in America until I looked into it. And you're able to get this information.
Well, I'd like to get that information.
And what if you don't trust your water quality, invest in a good filter. The technology in filters is amazing nowadays. We have 2 of them connected in our living room, and they work great. We trust our water. We're blessed to have
good, clean water. We still use the filter it.
Yeah.
Good.
To take out the fluoride and the chlorine and the things.
We actually don't have fluoride in our water because we voted against fluoride. They were trying to put fluoride in our water, and we don't believe that that's a good idea.
Why is that?
It's toxic.
Do you know, I grew up in Canberra, which is the capital of Australia, and that's got the highest level of fluoride in the water supply. That's why I don't have any fillings.
Oh.
I got good teeth.
Yeah, they say it's good.
But I'll probably die early.
If you have it for your teeth, maybe it's good. That's what I understand. But ingesting it into your body, not good.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's why you don't swallow your toothpaste, one of the reasons.
Yeah, right. That's interesting to know. So we've got ourselves a bit of a challenge with the old water bottles in the third world, don't we?
But there's options. There's options here. In Nepal, for example, and in India, in the tourist areas where most Western people are going to frequent, they have fill-up stations now where you can go and they have 20-liter bottles where you're able to fill up your water bottles. And if not, highly promote the SteriPEN. We use the SteriPEN all the way through India, which has famously horrible water, and I did not get sick once. I drank water from the Ganga.
Oh.
Without knowing it.
Without knowing it. Used the SteriPEN and I was fine. I drank water in Hampi, which has some of the most notably horrible water from the Hampi River, not knowing, but I used my SteriPEN and I did not get sick.
And people burn bodies, don't they, in the waters?
In Varanasi, which we also drank the water in Varanasi. Yes.
In Varanasi.
Yes, yes. And we haven't gotten sick, and it works wonderful. It lasts us all the way through India and Nepal.
And you know what's interesting about this issue that we're discussing is what they consider to be the main areas of conflict in the future are going to be water wars. Because of the running out of water, the overuse of water, agricultural land, climate change, where we're seeing climate conditions becoming different from what they used to be, less rainfall, etc. What's your thoughts about the future? What do you think is going to happen with water?
I believe water is definitely life. We need water to sustain life. And everything that you mentioned, what water is used for, is very valid. But we need to take it back. Corporations are starting to steal our water and sell it back to us.
Isn't it incredible? Something that comes freely from the sky gets put into a bottle and suddenly it's... Do you remember in Bolivia? Wasn't it Bolivia that they had huge protests?
Yes, yes.
Over them seeking to charge them for water, you know?
And it's happening more and more, and we are buying into it right now.
Yeah.
With these, we are buying into it.
Yeah.
We're freely handing over what is rightfully ours. So if you can, do it every once in a while. We have to buy a bottle of water. It's happened. We don't absolutely go without it. But if you have any way to avoid it, do that. Your money is your power. Your purchasing is your power.
Yeah.
You have power. Don't buy into a system that is selling you something that's rightfully yours.
And you can also boil water, because I've only bought my first bottle yesterday.
Yes.
And the rest of the time I've been drinking boiled water with lemon and honey, and that's where I've been getting the water.
Another thing that you can purchase is they have, I wish I had it with me right now, they have these little coils.
Oh yeah.
In India, I think they're about 60 rupees, which accumulates to $1 US.
Yeah.
And you can plug them in your wall, you stick them in a bottle of water,
Not
like
a plastic
so.
bottle.
Not a plastic bottle. Stick it in a bottle of water, boils the water within 3 minutes. You let it boil for at least 5, and your water's good. Throw some tea in there, or some lemon, like you said. It's great.
So there we go. We have some solutions, don't we?
Oh yeah, there's so many.
It's just a shift in consciousness.
It's called a Burko heater.
What's that?
Burko
Burko heater. Burko heater.
Burko
He's
heater.
calling
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah, go on.
In India, and I haven't seen this.
I couldn't get you on camera before, and now I can't get you off.
I've seen this in India, not so much in Nepal yet, but we seek this out wherever we go. You can look for restaurants that have water filters in the restaurant, and they're happy to let you fill up your water bottles. We keep a few in our bag while we're traveling, so we keep 2 or 3 water bottles in our bag, and we carry our water bottle with our, our fashionable hemp water bottle
I've got
holders.
one of those. Yep.
And then we carry enough water, so if we get to a place and we have to seek out a water source, we have a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you greatly for your time.
Thank you so
it's a very
much.
important subject, a very important subject. So thank you for reminding me of the importance of it, and those who listen. And thank you so much for being there and encouraging this mentality, this environmentalism. Actually, before I turn off, I might just ask you very quickly about the deforestation in Africa that you're doing. Reforestation. Not deforestation.
Yeah.
Just a joke there. Reforesting. You're going to be planting trees.
How about I touch on Southern India?
Go Southern India.
Okay.
Hang on. We'll just stop.